Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the past, more than 500 years ago, to meet a man who was so brilliant, so far ahead of his time, that he still fascinates us today. His name, Leonardo da Vinci. When you hear that name, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For many, it's a mysterious smile, the one that belongs to the Mona Lisa. Or maybe it's the dramatic, emotional scene of the Last Supper. These aren't just paintings. They're cultural treasures, masterpieces that have captivated the world for centuries. But here it's the thing. Calling Leonardo just a painter is like calling the ocean just a bit of water. It doesn't even begin to cover the whole story. So, who was this man, really? Born in a small Tuscan town in Italy, Leonardo wasn't just an artist. He was a scientist, an engineer, a musician, an inventor, a writer, an anatomist. The list just keeps going. He was the ultimate Renaissance man, a term we use for someone with broad knowledge and expertise in many different fields. And Leonardo? He practically wrote the definition. His mind was a whirlwind of curiosity, constantly asking why and how. He wasn't content just to see the world. He needed to understand it, to take it apart and see how all the pieces fit together. This insatiable curiosity is the key to unlocking the true genius of Leonardo da Vinci. Let's start with his art, because it's where most of us first encounter him. Think about the Mona Lisa again. It's not just a portrait. Leonardo used a technique he pioneered called sfumato, which means soft or blurred in Italian. He layered thin glazes of paint to create soft transitions between colors and tones, which is what gives the painting its incredibly lifelike, almost hazy quality. It's why her smile seems to change depending on how you look at it. He was a master of light and shadow, and he understood human emotion in a way that allowed him to capture it on canvas with breathtaking realism. The Last Supper is another perfect example. It's not a static image of 12 men at a table. It's a snapshot of a single, powerful moment, the exact instant Jesus announces that one of his apostles will betray him. Look at their faces, their gestures. Each one is a study in human psychology: shock, anger, denial, sorrow. Leonardo wasn't just painting figures, he was painting souls. But as I said, painting was just one corner of his vast mind. Let's journey from the art studio to the inventor's workshop. This is where things get truly mind-blowing. Leonardo filled thousands of pages of notebooks with his thoughts, observations, and incredible designs. These weren't just random doodles. They were meticulously detailed blueprints for the future. He was obsessed with the idea of human flight. For centuries, people had dreamed of soaring like birds, but Leonardo approached it like an engineer. He studied the anatomy of birds' wings, analyzing how they generated lift and maneuvered through the air. From these studies, he designed what we now recognize as an ornithopter, a machine with flapping wings. He even sketched out designs for a precursor to the modern helicopter, which he called an aerial screw and a parachute. Imagine seeing these drawings in the late 1400s. It would have seemed like pure magic. His imagination didn't stop in the sky. He designed armored tanks centuries before they would roll onto a battlefield. His design, powered by men turning cranks inside, looked like a giant, weaponized tortoise. He envisioned a submarine, a diving suit complete with air hoses, and even a mechanical knight that could sit up, wave its arms, and move its head. This wasn't just a suit of armor, it was an early concept for a robot. Many of these inventions were never built during his lifetime. The technology simply didn't exist yet. But the concepts were all there, laid out in his notebooks, waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. He was a man dreaming in a language of engineering that wouldn't be spoken for another 400 years. To fuel these incredible inventions, Leonardo knew he needed a deep understanding of the world around him. This led him to become a pioneering scientist. He was fascinated by water, studying its currents, eddies, and waves with a physicist's eye. He correctly theorized how fossils were formed and understood that the Earth was much older than the Bible suggested. But perhaps his most groundbreaking scientific work was in the field of anatomy. To truly understand how to paint the human form, he felt he needed to understand what was underneath the skin. In an era when such practices were highly controversial, Leonardo dissected human bodies to study the muscular and skeletal systems. His anatomical drawings are astonishingly accurate. He was one of the first people to correctly draw the human spine with its natural curve and to depict the human heart with its 4 chambers. His drawings were so precise that even today, doctors and medical students can look at them and marvel at his understanding of the human machine. So, what can we learn from this incredible man? What made Leonardo da Vinci so special? It all comes back to that one powerful word, curiosity. He never stopped asking questions. He saw connections everywhere. To him, art and science weren't separate subjects. They were 2 sides of the same coin, 2 different ways of trying to understand the beautiful, complex world we live in. He would study the flow of water to inform his painting of curly hair. He'd study the mechanics of a bird's wing to design a flying machine. Everything was connected. He showed us that the greatest tool we have is our own mind and its ability to wonder. He didn't have the internet or a library at his fingertips. He had his eyes, his hands, and a relentless desire to know more. Leonardo's life is a powerful reminder that we should never limit ourselves. You can be an artist and a scientist. You can be a dreamer and a doer. His legacy isn't just in the Louvre or in his notebooks. It's in the spirit of innovation, in the joy of discovery, and in the belief that the human mind has no limits. He teaches us to look at the world with wide-eyed wonder and to never, ever stop learning. His ideas, though centuries old, continue to inspire inventors, artists, and dreamers to this day, proving that a truly great mind is timeless. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the life of one of history's greatest minds. If you enjoyed this exploration of Leonardo da Vinci's genius, please give this video a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next deep dive into history. Let me know in the comments which of Leonardo's talents fascinates you the most. Until next time, stay curious.